Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get right into this. This is problem 11. And we're asked, find the exact value of the sine of 120 degrees. So now we're going to use our circle, our unit circle. We're going to rotate our radius around until we get to 120 degrees. So our terminal side stops at 120 degrees after rotating through 120. But we need to determine the reference angle that the terminal side makes with the x-axis. Well, we know that 180 minus 20 leaves us with 60. So as is drawn here, this reference angle is a 60-degree angle. So now we know that we have a 30-60 right triangle. The radius being 1, that represents the hypotenuse. So the side opposite the 60 degrees is the square root of 3 over 2. So in the second quadrant, because we also know that we are in the second quadrant, so that we know. So in the second quadrant, using coordinates, we know the x values are negative, and we know that the y values are positive. So now the side opposite the 30-degree angle, which is our adjacent side, that's negative 1/2. So what I'm going to ask you to do, if you need to, please pause the video. You should copy this diagram and get used to using diagrams. So please pause the video, copy this diagram, and think about what I just explained to you. We needed to rotate the radius around 120 degrees. So the terminal side stopped here. We know we need 60 more degrees to get back to the x-axis. So the reference angle is 60. So we now know that we have a 60-30 triangle, and these are the measurements using the unit circle. Alright, so now we know that we are in the second quadrant. So we can now answer that question. So again, rewriting that triangle, the 60-30 triangle, and using the signs that we find when it's in the second quadrant. Well, in this case, we know that the sine of 120 degrees is actually equal to the sine of 60 degrees when it's in the second quadrant. And we know that's y over r, or the opposite over the hypotenuse. So in this case, the opposite side is the square root of 3 over 2. The hypotenuse is 1. So the sine of 120 degrees is equal to the square root of 3 over 2, that fraction, divided by 1. And that's simply equal to the square root of 3 over 2. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this problem. Again, go out and have an outstanding day. Please enjoy yourself. This is your teacher and your instructor, Mr. Joshua Davis, and I thank you for joining me. It is such a pleasure having you here with me. Thank you, and have a great day.